Shabbat Shalom. Parashat Bechukotai, the final portion in the book of Leviticus, is one of the Torah's most dramatic. It begins with a clear fork in the road. If you follow my commandments, says God, you'll be blessed with peace, abundance, and my presence among you. But then comes the other path. If you turn away, hardship will follow: famine, exile, disconnection. The blessings are radiant and the consequences unsettling. Yet even in the harshest moments, there is a promise. I will not forget you. I will remember the covenant that I made with your ancestors. The portion ends with laws about sacred vows and offerings, reminding us that what we dedicate matters and that holiness is lived out through commitment. As with so much of Torah, Bechukotai holds up a mirror, not just to our past, but to our present, to the quiet truths of everyday life, to the relationships that we walk through, and to the ones that we toddle through hand in hand until walking feels like second nature. My daughter Goldie is 18 months old now, and her vocabulary is surprisingly vast, and her inner world is vivid and full. Despite this, sometimes her emotions are too big for language. In these moments, my task isn't to quiet her, it's to stay with her, calm and present, to help her feel safe enough to move through what she doesn't yet have words to describe. Our commitment as parents is not to control, but to companion, not to coerce, but to guide, firmly and kindly, consistently. And as I read Parashat Bechukotai over the last week with its long list of blessings and even longer list of consequences, I wondered, what kind of parent is God trying to be for us here? At first glance, Bechukotai feels binary: follow and be blessed, disobey and be disciplined. But the deeper message is about relationship. The phrase, Bechukotai telechu, walk in my statutes, is not about fear. It's an invitation to walk together. This isn't obey or else. It's please stay close by. Bechukotai reflects a world of natural consequence. If the people live with justice, rest, and care, the land responds in kind. If they neglect these rhythms, the world becomes harder, not because God punishes, but because disconnection has consequences. And we know this as adults. When we abandon rest, we feel depleted. When we withdraw compassion, our relationships fray. When we chase productivity and we lose our sense of purpose, we feel adrift. This ache that follows, it's not retribution. It's a spiritual signal, a call to come back to what grounds us. Of course, we see this in parenting too. A child who refuses help may take longer to complete a task. One who speaks unkindly may find their friends drawing away. These are not punishments that we impose. They're moments that teach gently what it means to be in relationship. And always, our presence remains. So too with God. Even after all the warnings, God's voice softens. Even then, even in exile, I will not reject you. I will remember our covenant. That is the promise at the heart of Parashat Bechukotai, that love is not conditional, that exile is never final, that return is always possible. In our tradition, we call this return, we call it teshuvah. And in the Dr. Becky-infused world of modern parenting, we call it repair, the sacred act of reaching back across a rupture and saying, I'm still here. So perhaps the deepest lesson in Bechukotai is this, that the life of blessing is not a reward for perfection, it is the fruit of relationship. That disconnection happens, but reconnection is always holy. That guidance, whether divine or human, is not about control, but about presence. And maybe especially now, in a time when our community is aching, when heartbreak feels constant and hope feels so fragile, we can trust that God is not absent, just unseen, not silent, just listening. She is the one who bears witness to our sorrow, who stays with us through each breaking, and who, without demanding, simply whispers, I see how much you're carrying. I wish I could make it go away. Just lift it out of your hands, but I can't. I want you to know that I'm not going anywhere. Shomer Yisrael, guardian of Israel, hold close those who remain. Keep watch over every soul still reaching, we who softly say, Shema Yisrael, through long nights and aching days, through a fear that has no words, be near, be steady, and be kind to us. We are the ones still listening, still hoping, still here. Don't let us be lost, not in the silence and not in the sorrow, not in the forgetting. You who never sleeps and who never leaves, fold us gently into your care. Gather the scattered pieces of us, and please breathe peace over what remains. Shomer Yisrael, watch over us now, as we whisper again, Shema Yisrael.